It's a full instruction on creating a drip campaign that's going to include video, text messaging, and voicemail drops. That's a very highly effective way to drip market your leads, okay? Whether that be on the mortgage side or the real estate side. Hi, Mike Richardson here, owner of the Mortgage Marketplace and Marketplace Real Estate. And I wanted to take some time out to go through our Marketplace Business Suite solution that we have, that we offer both all of our loan officers and all of our real estate agents. So I just wanted to, go through all of the features, explain how it works, kind of show you the insides of it, and that way you can see exactly what you're signing up for. So I've been in the mortgage business and the real estate business going on about 20 years now. I think this rolling into this year is going to be my 20th year in the industry. Okay. I've got a vast knowledge on the mortgage side and a very good knowledge on the real estate side. I've been on the mortgage side of the business much longer than the real estate side of the business. But with that being said, I've also got a lot of experience with software. I've always built out my own software solutions. I've used a lot of paid subscription type software solutions. And it's I've been involved with the software side of the mortgage and real estate industry pretty much my whole career. Back in the day, there was not really any software. It was pretty much trying to figure out how to Bluetooth Excel spreadsheets, and that was the latest technology. But technology's ramped up, and throughout that period of ramp up, I'm always learning new things because the tech changes. So you've got to get on board with the latest tech to be able to get the best integrations and the best utilization, right? So it's an ongoing journey because it's always changing and evolving. And so what I'm getting at here, though, is really what I found over my career of working in this industry and utilizing software and technology is really the best solutions for me was to build my own solution. And that's what the Marketplace Business Suite is. It's my own solution that I've built out and programmed for the real estate and mortgage industry. And I'm not selling it out there as a software solution. I'm only utilizing it within my own company. So only my realtors are able to access it, and my loan officers are able to access it. This isn't something I'm trying to sell to bring money in. This is something that I've built to be able to create efficiencies in managing the leads and the actual contractual or mortgage processing side of the business, so the execution side of the business, so that we could work in the highest, most efficient manner possible. Okay. You've got to be talking to a lot of people all at the same time and staying in constant communication with them to be able to do volume. Okay, that's number one, and we probably all understand that. Number two is you've got to be able to have an effective software solution to be able to run all of those people through the contract process or the mortgage processing process to make sure that you're able to get them through efficiently, right? Through that whole process efficiently with as little snags as possible and the highest level of communication, because really the bottom line is most complaints are based off of lack of communication. Clients just don't know where they're at and what the next steps are, et cetera, et cetera. But you can't do all of that on your own. I mean, you can hire out a bunch of people to do all of that stuff, but the idea behind any business is to keep your expenses as low as possible, right? So it doesn't especially in this day and age when you can automate the majority of this stuff, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to throw a body at a problem or a solution that you need solved when you can utilize automation to do that. Use your income that you have available for wages on building a team, or something at a higher level that you can't necessarily automate, right? Okay, so that's the whole premise behind the Marketplace Business Suite is I personally needed a solution that had all of the features that I needed to be able to run both sides of the business, my real estate clients and my mortgage clients, efficiently, okay, and cost effectively, because that's the other side of the coin. When you go out and you try and piece all of this stuff together and you start buying subscription software, you end up in a constant expense. And generally, if it's real estate, anything real estate or mortgage related, when it comes to software, is going to be super expensive. I mean, you can't even barely get in the door on that software without paying $1,500 a month. And that's without your ad spend, okay, that they're going to recommend that you spend. So, agents spend, I don't know, some of them probably $5,000 a month between ad spend. Okay. Are they successful? Yeah, probably so if they're really running the system properly, or if they have assistants running the system, or buyer's agents, a team, right? But if you're not there yet, um, then you need a cheaper solution that can actually, and why not? That can actually get you the same results. Okay. There to be able to sell you a subscription and then to be able to upsell you on additional services like ad management, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So, with all of that said, this is what I've done. I've created the Marketplace Business Suite. Essentially, what it is a CRM. Okay. And a suite of services that we offer to build the CRM out for you. Now, don't get me wrong, it's already built out, okay? But I've got a team of developers behind me that plug your branding into the CRM. So, an effective CRM is going to be branded by you. Example of that, video, okay? Your videos is an effective way to brand. And video, I can't speak high enough about video. Video is the medium where people are able to actually get a feel for who you are. Okay. So, within the CRM, we're able to text message out to the clients and then also create what are called landing pages with your video embedded in it. And link your calendar to where they can book an appointment with you, et cetera, on those landing pages. And I'll show you that in a second. So let's kind of start going through these bullet points here. Within okay, so let's just start step by step through what this all includes. First of all, you're going to get the CRM. Actually, let's start with price. First of all, the price is $473, okay? Now, that's a one-time cost. There's no monthly subscription for this CRM, okay? Now, there is a cost to maintain it. And what I mean by that is basically your marketing expense. Okay? So, you're going to need to be sending out text messages to your clients. We've got drip campaigns, marketing drip campaigns in here that will automatically text message your leads. Okay. And I've got templates for buyers, sellers, and mortgage leads. Okay. Where you can go ahead and go through those templates. It's a full instruction on creating a drip campaign that's going to include video, text messaging, and voicemail drops. Okay. That's a very highly effective way to drip market your leads. Okay, whether that be on the mortgage side or the real estate side. All right. Now, the way that it looks with these drip campaigns is it gives you the instructions and it gives you the scripts. Okay, so essentially all you've got to do is record the video. You could do it on your iPhone, um, and then record the audio for the voicemail drops. Then my development team on the back end plugs that in to your CRM and creates the landing pages in your CRM. Okay. Now, on the topic of video, I know a lot of people get nervous about video. Um, the one thing I would say to that is I was nervous about video in the beginning too. Um, I would try and do a video, and it's like trying to record your voicemail for the first time with a new company. It takes you 20 takes to make you feel like you've got it right, right? We've all done that before. The best way to deal with video is not to worry about the mistakes that you're going to make while you're recording the video. Whatever expressions that you see while you're playing the video back after you've recorded it, or missteps in your wording, etc., etc. The reality of that is you come across natural when you make those mistakes. Okay. So the mistakes are actually good because it shows your personality. And that's what people want to see. They don't want to see an actor behind a camera. They want to see who you are and who they're going to be working with. So that's my tidbit about video, because I'm huge on video. Video works really, really well. It gives your people a sense of who you are, and you're able to convey the full message, because they're able to read your body language and hear your voice, and see your demeanor, the tone in your voice, etc., etc. So it's as close as you can get as talking to them in person. Okay. Um, so with that being said, price wise, the cost is 473, just period, to have the system built out. But then you're going to be running these drip campaigns where you're going to be text messaging people. Okay. Now we use Twillo on the back end to send those text messages. And if somebody were to reply to that text message, it's going to come right back into your CRM. Okay. And you're going to see here in a second where you can manage all of the messaging. It's got a messaging center like your inbox. Okay. So, but Twillo's super cheap. I mean, I'll show you here the pricing. It's like, to receive a call, it's 0.0085. Okay. So 0.0085 a minute times 60 minutes. It's 51 cents for an hour worth of receiving calls. Now, outbound calls, so the calls that you make, is 0.013 cents a minute, times 60 minutes. It's 78 cents an hour for outbound calls. Okay, so if you were to be running the phones 40 hours a week on this thing, it would cost you $31 for 40 hours worth of call time. It's really not that expensive. Okay. And there's no way to be able to like pair your cell phone in to the CRM. No CRMs have that, because you've got to have a bridge between your cell phone carrier, right? You got to get that call to come back through or ring you to your cell phone carrier. And that's what Twillo does essentially. So when the calls go outbound though, um, it'll show the Twillo caller ID, but when somebody calls back to that, it's going to ring your cell phone number. So the forwarding number is always going to be your cell phone number. So you never have to worry about, do you have to have a separate phone or anything like that? No, you don't. Work off your cell phone number. You could dial directly out of the CRM, so that, if you want to utilize that Twillo number, you can, or you can call them directly off your cell phone. The choice is yours. You're going to end up getting a Twillo number in here, which can serve as either your primary phone number Or if you don't want to use that, just let them know that it's your marketing number and then your cell phone number is what it is, right? Okay. So, or it's your assistant's number and the Twilio number is your assistant's number. And then, tell people what your cell phone number is. But you're going to have the Twilio number. And there's, like I just showed you, there's a cost to run that. Okay. So that's part of your ongoing costs. Text messaging. It's 0.0075 per message, 0.0075. Okay. If you were to send 1,000 text messages, it's going to cost you $7.50 per 1,000 text messages. Okay. So the costs aren't that expensive. If you want to get into email marketing, I don't personally do email marketing. Because my perspective on that is I would rather send them a text and get into their cell phone. People look at text messages almost immediately. Okay. People don't look at their inboxes that often unless they're self-employed like us. We live out of our inboxes because we're dealing with business in our inboxes. Okay. So if somebody's self-employed, then they're in their inbox quite a bit. But the bottom line is you're going to get a quicker open rate when you use text messaging. Okay. So that's why none of my drip campaigns have any emails tied to it, because I want a quicker response and I want the ability to be able to try and trigger a conversation. You're not going to get that with email because the open rates are too long. It takes the emails too long to be opened and the conversation is slow. Text messaging, as you know, we all text message all the time. Conversation's instant. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. And that's what we're trying to do with text messaging. But if you wanted email, we can create email drip campaigns out of here. Mailgun is what is tied to that. Again, Mailgun is a bridge that sends all those emails out. Okay. What's that cost? $35 a month for up to 50,000 emails. Okay. Comes from your email address. So if you've got a personal business email address, we can tie that right into this. Not a problem. So your email address stays the same. It's just Mailgun is like Twilio to where it's the sender. Okay. It's a server where it sends out of. All right. So what's the CRM include? Okay. You're going to manage all of your leads in the CRM. Absolutely 100%. It's going to have a leads pipeline. Okay. Let's go to right here is what it looks like, the inside CRM. I'm looking at the transaction coordinator pipeline right now for you've got one for a buyer and one for a seller. Okay. But let's look at like a seller leads pipeline. You got the lead that comes in, a realtor contact, so meaning you've made contact with them. You need to send out a CMA sent out, follow up, listing, not interested, on hold. Okay. Obviously, once you get a listing agreement signed, then it goes in to your transaction coordinator pipeline. And then you've got all of these stages across the board built out for managing the listing. Same with the buyer lead pipeline. Okay, you've got all your calls that you need to make on those buyer leads. Send a lender, pre-approved, actively looking. All right. Once you get them into contract, drop them into the buyer transaction coordinator pipeline, and you've got all your stages here. Now, what we've done with this, though, is it's very simple to navigate. So let me give you an example. Say I want to move a deal. Okay, you just drag and drop. That's all you do with these. You've got these little opportunity cards which are your leads and your clients. And as you're moving them through the stages, you're dragging and dropping them. When you need to move them to another pipeline, you open it up and you select the pipeline, you select the stage, you hit update, and then you move them to the pipeline. It's really that simple, okay? Now, on the back end of all of these stages, we've got automation built in, okay? So it's going to automatically task you, let's say on the real estate side, it's going to automatically task you and your transaction coordinator on things that need to be done. The standard operating procedures of working with a buyer or a seller. Those are all pre-programmed in here. So as soon as you're taking these deals and you're moving them from stage to stage or pipeline to pipeline, it's automatically tasking you and your transaction coordinator on what needs to be done. That's where you start to build efficiency, because literally you could go to your dashboard within the CRM, see all of the tasks that need to be done, okay? And right here, all of your tasks. There's completed. There's, your whole team right there. We got pending. And we got all, okay? You can go and you can see what tasks are due that day. So you can sort by the due dates and then see what your day looks like, okay? That gives you efficiency. You don't have to try and remember or look at a yellow pad of paper and try and figure out what's next on this deal that needs to be done, okay? Let the system tell you what to do next, because it's all pre-programmed in there, okay? Automatically. That's what we're building out for you. That's one aspect, okay? Manages your current pipeline. I showed you the pipelines. Pipeline custom built for your leads and transactions, loans in process. So that's the buyer lead pipeline, the seller lead pipeline. I've got mortgage lead and processing pipelines, and then your buyer and seller transaction coordinator pipelines. Okay. Automatic pre-built task triggers for yourself and your team based on stage of your lead and transactions, loans in process. That's the automation that we were just talking about. That's already pre-built in. There's a ton of automation that's built in there. And it's, like I said, it's set up to assign to the relevant person on the team that's supposed to be handling that aspect of the deal. Okay. Transaction coordinator pipeline custom built to manage all of your listings and buyer transactions. Includes automatic pre-built task triggers assigned to you and your transaction coordinator. Okay, so we've already gone through that. Custom SMS, email, and voicemail drip campaigns. So I've built these drip campaigns out for mortgage, buyer, and seller. Okay, we talked about this already. It literally tells you what you need to do. It's like you record the video, you put the link to the video in the drip campaign, and you send that off to our video editor, and he's going to edit that in a high quality, like YouTube quality video. Okay. It's the videos are awesome. They come with the background music, logo reveals, call to actions, links to all of your socials. It's just like, imagine, some high quality YouTube videos that you've seen. That's what our in-house video editor will do with your videos. Okay. So, and then the voicemail drops, that's simply utilizing your voice recorder on your phone or your laptop and recording the message. I've got the script in there, recording that, and then taking that audio file and sending it into my CRM development team. They automatically preload this stuff in here and build the landing pages out for you and the drip campaigns, etc., etc. custom built video landing pages with integrated booking calendar and appointment reminders. Okay, so within the landing pages, I've got a booking calendar that's built into the landing pages so that somebody can book an appointment with you. That integrates with your calendar, specifically Google Calendars. Okay. So that integrates within the Google Calendar, and it's got appointment reminders that go out to the clients like, hey, I look forward to talking to you tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. Hey, if there's any changes, please let me know so that we can reschedule an hour before the appointment. Hey, I'm looking forward to talking to you in an hour. I'll give you a call on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 phone number. Okay. Um, integrated Facebook lead ad forms. Okay. So we do a lot of Facebook marketing, and we've got some very high converting Facebook ads that I've created over time. So I've dialed it in and created ads that are highly effective, both buyer and seller ads. Okay. Um, this comes with two ads that we'll build out for you. And the lead ad form within the Facebook ad integrates directly with the CRM. So every time you get a lead, it automatically comes into the CRM and queues up into a dialer so that you can start dialing the leads as they come in. And it also fires off the drip campaign. Okay. So it does two things. It puts it in a power dialer, which I think we're going to talk about here in a second, and then it triggers off the drip campaigns. So yeah, power dialer there. What that is, it allows you to be able to dial through a large list of numbers very quickly. Okay. And that's built into this. Usually you have to pay separately a monthly charge. Let's see if I can get one to come up. So Mojo Dialer, here's one of them. It's $100 a month just for the Mojo Dialer. You can run up to 85 calls per hour, blah, blah, blah. So there you go, $1,200 a year. That's built into the CRM, okay? And so when the leads come in, they're going to go to this power dialer. You can go ahead and select that within the CRM and select your power dialer. So, like in this case, you would go to contacts, bulk actions. Excuse me, I meant conversations, manual actions. You would select your dialer and you'd hit let's start, and it would just literally start dialing your contacts, one by one. It gives you an opportunity to leave a voicemail, and then you just hit next, 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 and very quickly you can get through a list of clients that you need or leads that you need to call. Okay. Reputation Builder automatically requests Google reviews as leads move through your pipeline. So this is what's called a review gate. Okay. It works with Google Places. You're going to want to set up a Google Places account because that's where people are going to go look you up. Like if they were to Google your name, Jane Smith Realtor or John Doe loan officer in Los Angeles, California, you should have a Google Places an account set up, which it's free, to where they're able to find your phone number, your email address, just all your contact information. It's also where reviews are collected as well. Okay. So what a review gate is let's get back. Google Places, anybody could go to Google Places if they were to find you, if you had a page and submit a review. Um, that's not the way you want reviews, okay? Because there's no control over how those reviews come in. Say, for example, there's some sort of a misstep on a deal, somebody gets upset. We all understand this business. There's a million moving parts to it, right? So you're not going to be able to. When I first got into this business, somebody very high up in one of the mortgage banks that I was managing, they told me this one thing. And they said, Mike, I got a complaint from a client. They said, Mike, if you don't get a complaint once in a while, you're not doing any business. And it's true. Think about it. You can't please everybody all the time. Okay. So this is where this review gate comes in, because what you're doing is you're requesting reviews at a certain stage in the transaction. So you're controlling the review process. Once that review goes up on your Google Places, it's extremely hard to get it down. Okay. And it's what you just don't want to deal with it. So the way the review gate works is when a deal hits a certain stage, whether that be a buyer, a seller, or a mortgage application, the system's going to ask them how they feel their experience has been. Okay. And the response would be good or not so good. Okay. Um, if they say good, then they're going to, and this goes out via text. It's like, hey, Jane, I just want to check in with you. I know we've got your offer accepted on a home, and we've had to look at several homes to be able to get to this point. But I wanted to get your opinion and make sure we're doing a good job for you. Could you reply back if your experience has been good or not so good? If they say good, then they're going to get another text that says, awesome, Jane. Thanks a lot. I'm glad to hear that. Could you do me a huge favor and go to my Google Places and leave me a good review, and just so that anybody that's looking for me, they can see that I've done a good job for you. Okay. Now, on the flip side to that, if somebody were to say not so good, we're not going to send them the link to the Google Places page. What we're going to do is we're going to say, we're really sorry to hear that. We want to get down to the bottom as to why you're not pleased. We're going to be giving you a call right away to figure out what the problem is so that we can resolve it. That's a review gate. It's built in automatically within the CRM so that you can collect positive reviews as you're working these deals on an automated basis so you don't have to think about it at all. Social media development. Now I talked about this. We'll create two ads for you. One's going to be a highly converting buyer ad, Facebook ad, and the same with a seller ad. Okay. And these ads are actually quite cheap. I'll show you an example here. Okay, so I just put up one of the buyer lead campaigns that I was running. I was paying $1.65 per lead. These leads come with names, emails, and phone numbers. Okay, so the phone numbers are the phone numbers that they have registered as a recovery phone number. So it's all cell phone numbers on their Facebook account. All right, so they're good numbers. $1.47 per lead. So you're able to get these leads very cheap. I personally run a $5 a day budget with my social media ads. Okay, so that's 35 bucks a week, and you get leads coming in nonstop out of that. And again, they pipe directly into your CRM. The drip campaign fires off on them, and then you've got the dialer that you run on a consistent basis to reach out to them. Okay. So, very cheap way to be able to generate a lot of high quality leads. And we've got the ads for both the buyer and seller to run into your pipelines. And a good way to be able to get business. Okay, professional video editing. Um, our in-house video editing team will turn your videos into high converting, personally branded marketing masterpieces. And that's what they are. Well, my video editing team is top notch. They're going to create a thumbnail for you, which is the image that people see before they play the video. And then they're going to edit the video out for you. This package includes 10 videos that are customized and 10 thumbnails. Okay. So if you wanted to build out all of the drip campaigns, there's more than 10 videos that go into those drip campaigns. 10 videos will build out one drip campaign, but it won't build them all out. I simply, can't keep the entry level price down to the price point that it is. I keep forgetting what it is, $473, and then have a video editor, video editing 30 videos for you, right? But if you needed more videos done, they're like $20 per video to get them edited and ready to go into the CRM. And that includes the thumbnail as well, too. So it's cheap. And my team is quick. We can edit these videos and have them ready for you the next day. Video logo reveal. Okay, so we can get a logo reveal set up. It's an automation that is in the video of or an animation of your logo that we plug into the video. So it just creates some like some movement within the video, some animation to where it's just not a stale video. Okay. Includes the music, call to actions within the videos. And again, I've got the video scripts within the drip campaigns. Okay. We're going to also send you or set up a highly effective, it's actually one of the top real estate website platforms on WordPress. Okay. And we're going to build one of those sites out for you. So that 400 and it's such an odd number, $473 price point includes a website, okay, a WordPress website that we're going to build out for you. This website, as you would expect, it includes the Rets integration, a map search, advanced MLS search, client saved searches, contact agent forms, so lead capture forms. You could create custom neighborhood pages. It's SEO friendly. Here's a big thing: automatic property updates via SMS. Okay. This is one of the reasons why I love this platform so much, because we're able to send property alerts to the clients via text message. So the traditional way of doing this, you got a lead, you determine what their needs are, you plug that criteria into the MLS, and then they get property updates emailed to them. All right, so we've already talked about this. Email is way too slow. So with this website, we're able to send those property updates via text message to them. Okay, so they're getting them right away. That's those conversation starters that I was talking to you about. You send them a list of properties, they're going to respond back to you. You could start get a conversation going. Conversations lead to meetings, which leads to submitting offers or getting listing agreements, which leads to checks, right? So it all starts in the conversation. And this comes with the package. So I've got a WordPress development department that will build the site out for you. You type up your bio, we'll plug that in, we'll plug your headshot in, and we'll link it to all your social media accounts. Okay. So that's what this package is. It's going to include all of this stuff. So the CRM, the WordPress, the video editing, the Facebook ad manager. I didn't really talk about that thoroughly. Let me touch on that for a minute. So We're going to also set up your Facebook Ads Manager account. Okay, so we got a social media development department as well. They'll go in and get on a call with you to where, like a Zoom meet, and set up your Ads Manager account so that we can get those ads running and get them linked in with your CRM. Okay, so that's what I've built out. It works great for me. I mean, I think when I looked at my call log in November, based on the drip campaigns, let me pull it up. I'll show you. Okay, we got a report here. I just took a screenshot of it really quick. I got 198. These are inbound calls only in November. Okay, so November 1st through the 31st, 198 inbound calls. Okay, that's a lot of call volume, and that's what the drip campaigns will do, along with running those Facebook ads with the $5 a day budget. Um, and obviously, running the Twillo expense, et cetera, et cetera. I call that marketing expense because that's all tied to marketing. Okay. But, trying to manage 200 calls, I've got a small team that ensures that these calls get answered because you have to. 200 calls inbound is a lot of calls. So that's what I've got here. We'll build this out for you. Again, it's $473 one-time cost, so you don't have to worry about any kind of subscription base for either the website or the CRM. Okay, you just got your marketing expense. This will help you get your business up and going to another tier, another level. And then at that point, you can start looking at adding team members, et cetera, et cetera. If you've got any questions, let me know. And I look forward to working with you. All right, take care.